Hey everyone, welcome to another round of Otaku United AS. I have not posted a proper game related video, at least where I'm discussing stuff, in quite some time. I think it's been a few years. And I do post a lot of gameplay videos, and I've been doing some car stuff recently, and obviously artwork, kind of all over the place. So today I figured I'd do a lengthy video and focus on my game collection for the PS4 / PS5. So we're gonna look at every single game that I own physically for the PlayStation 4 and 5 since 2012 when the system was released. So there's no particular order on these games, and yes, I am including the few PlayStation 5 games I own in this bundle of PlayStation 4 games, since most of them are considered cross-gen, with the exception, I think, of three of the games that I own. So I'll definitely mention what those three are as I get to them. So this will be a lengthy video. I'm gonna go into a brief conversation on each of the games, and yeah, enjoy. I think there's around 80 or 90 games in this collection, so be prepared. It's gonna take a little while. But if you like what you see, or if you have any comments, or if you want me to spend more time on one particular game or another, in the next video I do, like this one, whenever I get around to it, I'll be more than happy to do that, depending on what the comments say in the comment section. So let's go for it. So starting, and again, no particular order on these games. So we're just going to grab what I have in my hand, and we're going to go from there. So the first one on the list is going to be Odin Sphere for the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm guilty on this particular game because I've never actually completed it. I've started it 4 times. I own it digitally on the PlayStation 3 via the PS2 version. And I've started this game, but I never actually got past the tutorial. I'm a big fan of the art style of the company that's behind this. They did Dragon Crown, and they also did Demon's Blade, or Muramasa Demon's Blade, which I actually did finish. So anyway, that's the first one. Next, one I just picked up, actually, called 13 Sentinels, is Aegis Rim. Let me put that there so you can see it. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. So this one I haven't even started yet. Will I get around to it? Probably within the next 6 months or so. I'm a little bit slow when it comes to playing games because I've got such a backlog. But this is definitely a permanent stay in my collection. Again, from the same people that did Demon's Blade, Muramasa. So I'm actually quite looking forward to playing this one because it does have more of a RPG feel to it, and tactics and robotics and past, present, future. I don't know the storyline right now, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this one. Next, we have Ni no Kuni. This is the remastered version, Wrath of the White Witch. I've actually finished this game on the PlayStation 3 already. I own it on the PS4 simply because I just want the most updated version of the game, and I do at some point plan to go back and replay it. Excellent, excellent game. Bandai Namco, they worked with Ghibli Studios to create this, in my mind, the masterpiece. Yeah, nothing negative to say about this one. Resident Evil 5. What can I say about Resident Evil 5? I've probably finished this game a good 20 times. No, 20 is exaggerating. We'll say 11 times. I'm not going to call it my favorite game in the Resident Evil franchise. If anything, I like it, but it's definitely not my favorite. We'll get to my favorite because I have that one somewhere in there. But this is definitely a good playthrough. It's not 4. A lot of people like to land-base this game because it wasn't as good as 4. It's more action-oriented, whereas 4 still had some horror elements to it. This game doesn't really have that many, but the fight between Chris and Wesker, and yeah, it's just epic. So definitely a must-own for me, and I'm glad I still have it in my collection. I'm not planning to put this one anywhere anytime soon. All right, Mass Effect Andromeda. I own this game because I like Mass Effect, I'm not gonna lie, but I've never finished this game. This is by far the worst Mass Effect game there is, period. A lot of people have said it was redeemed after all the updates, and while it does look better, and I will eventually give it a shot to try to get past that beginning point, it's still really bad. Yeah, so I can't get rid of this one simply because it's not really worth getting rid of. So it's a permanent stay in my collection, and maybe at one point when I'm a glutton for punishment, I'll actually force myself to play through the mundane characterization and story plus narrative of the game. Yeah, I'm sorry if you like this game, guys, but I do own it. Next, we have Gravity Rush. Let me see if we can. Yep, Gravity Rush 2. Ooh, I absolutely love this game. So I've beaten this game twice, and I plan to probably do a third playthrough of this game sometime later this year or early next year. Out of all of the PlayStation or Japan Studio games, this is definitely one of my favorites. The first one, unfortunately, I like better than this one. However, this one complemented the first one in so many really good ways, and I just love the overall uniqueness of Gravity Rush. It's one of my favorite franchises. I honestly hope they release a third one, even if it's an unrelated story, just because it's that good. Ooh, Dragon Fantasy. I have no idea what this is. I bought this when I was in Thailand. It's from Limited Run Studios. That's pretty much all I know about this. Will I ever play it? Maybe. I don't know. But it's there. I have it. Sorry if you enjoyed it. I can't tell you much about it other than I bought it for nostalgia purposes, maybe. Ooh. Let's see if you can see that one properly. Okami. One of my favorite games, period. This has been released and re-released on so many systems. The PlayStation 2, the Switch, the Wii, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox. No matter what version of this game you own, it is, or no matter which console you own, it is a must-own game. I've played through this game from start to finish, I want to say at least 6 or 7 times. It's a lengthy game, so keep that in mind. But it is really, really good. If you like Zelda, if you like the art style of Breath of the Wild, then I think you'll enjoy this game. It's cel-shaded. It's got a very Japanese motif flair to it. Definitely one of my favorite games from Capcom. If I had to rank my favorite Capcom games, this would be up there in the top 5. Probably the top 3. So yeah, Okami. Ooh, we're getting past the first stack. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero. Now, this was essentially a demo. But this wasn't a demo. That lasted, I don't know, I beat this in like 30 minutes or so. The reason why I still own this demo disc is because it has Hideo Kojima's name. He's kind of a gaming god that most of you guys know about. But anyway, this was the first in the 5th installment, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero, then Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Definitely helps you to understand what's to come next in the story and gives you an idea of how the gameplay works. But definitely an excellent entry into the series. If you own this version of it, I recommend not getting rid of it just because it's difficult to find the specific version now. Ooh, Revenant Saga, another game I'm probably never going to play. Or finish, I should say. But yeah, I mean, it looks old school, it looks fun. Maybe. But another limited run game that I purchased again while in Thailand. So I got a couple of games while I was out there. I was in Thailand about 3 years ago, before this whole COVID fiasco with family. Seven Sword. This is a. Let's see if I can. Here we go. Seven Sword. This is a game that came out of China. Now, obviously the text is all written in Mandarin. That's not a big deal. They are releasing a U.S. version of this game. If you can get your hands on the Japanese or Chinese version, there is English subtitles for the game available, as well as other languages. I would highly recommend checking this one out. Started playing it, never got around to actually finishing it. But I promised myself this year that I will definitely pick this one back up. So sometime between October to November, once I free up some time, I'm going to play this one from start to finish. It's definitely an interesting looking game. I've never played the Seven Sword series, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Let's see if I can get that one in the camera. Oh, there we go. Shin Megami Tensei 3. I've heard a lot of good things about these games. I'm going to be honest. I've never played any of them. Not even this one. So I will give this one a shot. If I like it, then I'm going to go hunt down Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. And then I'll play through those, and then I will definitely pick up Shin Megami Tensei 4 when it hits the Switch and the PlayStation 4. Obviously, I'm going to get one version, not both, but yeah, cool game. Maybe a cool game. I hope it is. That's what I keep hearing, so we'll see. Alright, Tales of Vesperia. I've never completed this game. I've tried to start playing it many times, actually. When it first came out on the PlayStation 3, I imported it from Japan. I didn't enjoy it then. Then I was like, okay, maybe it's a language barrier. So I played it on the Xbox 360. Didn't enjoy it then. Then they got re-released on the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. That's this version. I tried to play it again. I still don't enjoy it, but I like Tales games a lot. So I'm just going to keep this one in the collection. I know there's a lot of you guys who probably really enjoyed this game quite a bit. It just doesn't call to me. So, but maybe one day when I'm feeling it, I'll give it a shot and thoroughly enjoy it. Okay. Now we got, let me see if I can get that right there. Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania. Well, Sonic Mania. What can I say about Sonic Mania? The best Sonic game since Sonic CD and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So yeah, perfect complementary game to those. Nothing negative to say about this one. If you like Sonic, you'll enjoy this one a lot. Alright, Grand Blue Fantasy. Grand Blue Fantasy. Haven't played it yet. Picked this one up about a month ago. Maybe I'll get around to playing it at some point. Looks cool. Looks like my style of fighting game. It definitely got that anime motif to it. But yeah, I haven't played this one yet. So it's called Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. See if I can get a proper. There you go. If you have played this game and you want to let me know how it is, that'd be great. But I myself will get around to playing it at some point in the not too distant future. Wonder Boy. I bought this one for nostalgia. I like the original Wonder Boy on the Sega Master System, so I figured I'd check this one out. Played some of it, enjoyed it. Difficult for me to get back into it, but I think when the time is right and when I'm feeling that classic gaming mode, I'll check this one out. Alright, we're on to the next stack. We've got 4 more stacks to go. A lot, I apologize. Okay, this is PlayStation 5. I know this one's cheating, but this was released on PlayStation 4. Devil May Cry Special Edition. Let's see. I have a love-hate relationship with Devil May Cry games. My favorite in the series is honestly Part 4. And while I enjoyed Devil May Cry 5, it wasn't my favorite. However, it was fun to play, so that is something to keep in mind. Graphically, it's a beautiful game. Haven't played this version of it yet. I actually got rid of my PS4 version and got this version because it has the whole ray tracing thing. So when I get around to playing this one again, it's here so I can check it out. Alright, Final Fantasy Remake. I'm currently playing through this again on the PlayStation 5 version. Awesome game. Now, I'm guilty. I never played through Final Fantasy VII. At least I never completed Final Fantasy VII back on the PS1 days when I was in my youth. I played through this one, the remake, once already. Honestly, it's my favorite Final Fantasy game this generation. Next to 13. I know that sounds horrible for some of you, but I really enjoyed this one a lot. And I hope the sequel to this is just as good. Does this complement the original? In a lot of ways, yes, but it doesn't go like the original section of the game took 4 or 5 hours to get through, whereas this one expands on that greatly. But yeah, highly recommended if you haven't played this yet to check it out. Even if you don't own a PlayStation 5, if you still have a PS4 version, it's absolutely worth getting. Yeah, nothing negative to say. You'll probably see me posting some videos on this one in the next few days too, just as I play it. Let's see, here we go. Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. Excellent game. Excellent game from Naughty Dog, actually. If you like the Uncharted games, if you're into that Indiana Jones type thing, if you love adventure and discovery, you'll love this one. I know this is going to piss some people off. Much better than Tomb Raider. Lara Croft ain't got shit on those two. Alright, we move on to Resident Evil 2. This is my favorite Resident Evil game in the franchise, period. Everything about this game is perfect. I never played the original. I've only played this one, so I love it. Absolutely love it. Nothing negative I can say about it. The playthrough with Leon and also with Claire is wow. Every moment of this game is good, from beginning until the very end. So if you haven't played Resident Evil 2 yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go pick it up, play it, and then you'll understand why it's that good. Okay, next we got Resident Evil 6. I actually like this one. This is not my favorite one, obviously, but this one is really fun to play through if you can turn your brain off. Have to turn the brain off. No logic when you play this game, especially when you're playing that zombie dinosaur. But if you like action, if you like constant on your feet type moments, this is the Resident Evil for you. This one expanded on 5 in quite a few ways that I actually enjoyed. However, it did have a predictable formula, whereas Resident Evil 5 did not. And once you get past that second campaign, you'll see what I'm talking about. This game, I think, has 4 or 5 campaigns in it, and they're all have a similar pattern to each other. So yeah. God of War. God of War. Enough said. Absolutely a gold. Best game, period, in the God of War franchise. And for the PlayStation 4, a highlight. Simply a great game. Tekken 7. Well, let's see. What is great about Tekken 7? I know. It's got Geese Howard from Garo Densetsu. So if you like using Geese Howard from Fatal Fury or Garo Densetsu, this is the game for you. And his stage is epic also. Good game though overall. Not really a Tekken fan. Sakura Wars, or in Japan, Sakura Tyson, but let's see if I can get a better view of that right there. Good game. Not for everybody. Acquired taste. I like it personally. It's more of a date slim slash well, it was tactics. Now it's more of Dynasty Warrior style gameplay, but really fun, really engaging story. If you enjoy these types of games, you'll really like this one. Transistor, the physical edition. I actually went out of my way to buy this game physically because I enjoyed it so much on the digital version. So yeah, I'm glad I got this version of the game. Excellent, excellent game. It doesn't take very long to finish, but it's one of those games that if you haven't played it, I highly recommend checking it out. Yeah, nothing bad to say about this game at all. Definitely worth checking out. Ooh, another PlayStation 5. Well, this one's not cheating because this one is also on PlayStation 4. So we have Nioh and Nioh 2. I've never finished these games, and I'm probably never going to. But I will keep it in my collection because it is from Team Ninja. And I like the style of game. So I've gotten relatively far in the first game, and I cannot get past the first section in the second game. I suck at these games. I was good at Ninja Gaiden, but not these style of games. So these games aren't for me, and this is probably the only style of game I'm going to own in that franchise. Alright, next we have Returnal. This one's for PlayStation 5, so it's not a PlayStation 4 game, so it's cheating, but it's still really good. I know there's a lot of naysayers about how horrible Returnal is and how unfair it is, but honestly, it's a good game. It's one of those games that I know I'm never going to finish, period. Having said that, if I'm going for a good running gun game, I want to see how far I can get. Excellent for that. Now, if they ever decide to put in save points in the game, then that might be a different story. I might actually finish it. Alright, next we have Sackboy: A Big Adventure. This one was a game that my son got from his grandfather, and I actually play with him every once in a while. Very, very fun game. If you enjoy these kid-style games, I highly recommend it for your children. Um, Easy to play, fun to play, and multiplayer. Okay, Ratchet and Clank, another PlayStation 5 exclusive. Excellent game. I just finished it. Can't say anything bad about it. Beautiful graphics, very fun gameplay. Platforming is awesome. Uh, this one is literally CG quality. So when you start the game to the from when you start the game and watch the introduction sequence, and then when it transitions into the gameplay, you really don't know it's the gameplay for a second. You have to like, because it just stays there, like what's going on. So you move the character, like, oh crap, this is gameplay. It looks that good. Beautiful, beautiful game too. I just said that though. Guilty Gear, Strive. Not cheating, because this is on the PlayStation 4. Good game. Only played a little bit of it so far, so can't give an in-depth review. But if you enjoy Guilty Gear, if you enjoy any of the previous Guilty Gears, you'll enjoy this one. Moving on to the next game, Metro Exodus. Awesome game. Highly recommended. Yes. If you enjoy first-person shooters in post-apocalyptical Russia, you'll enjoy Exodus. Well, more apocalyptic games. We have The Last of Us Part 2. Excellent, excellent game. Gameplay-wise, story-wise, it's not for everybody, but I think overall you should enjoy it. Judgment, excellent game. If you're into law and Yakuza, you'll enjoy this game a lot. Zone of Enders. I've actually finished this game about 5 or 6 times since it was released on PlayStation 2. So I've never finished this version of the game, but I have finished the PS2 version multiple times, the one that was released on PS3 at least once, and I do plan to go back and play this one again. One of Hideo Kojima's original masterpieces as well. Comes highly recommended. Tempest 4000. Very cool game. If you enjoyed Tempest 2000 for the Jaguar, some of you know what I'm talking about, then you'll enjoy this one. God War. Okay, another guilty pleasure here. Never actually finished it. Never actually played it yet. I just know it is a tactics game. I did play the first section of the game years ago when I first bought it. Can't bring myself to get rid of it because I enjoyed it when I first got it, so I'm planning to play through it at some point and see how far I can get. But yeah, it's called God Wars Future Past. Okay, some of you are probably going to hate me for this. I did say Devil May Cry was my favorite Devil May Cry game. My second favorite Devil May Cry game is the one everybody hates, DMC. I love the gameplay on this game and I love the variety. I think this game is very much underappreciated, and if it was given a different name with a different character, protagonist, but same style of gameplay, even story, I think this would have been an excellent game and would have been received very differently. Having said that, though, this is not a bad Devil May Cry game for those of you that think it is. Dying Light. I bought this one recently because it was cheap, and I figured I'd give it a chance to see if I like the game before I decide to commit to buying part 2. If I enjoy it, great. If I don't enjoy it, I'll keep it in the collection. But let me know what you guys think of Dying Light, because I have no idea if it's good or not. Resident Evil Village, Part 5, or 8. Good game. Not my favorite Resident Evil in the franchise, but definitely not the worst. I enjoyed this one more than I enjoyed 7. I enjoyed it more than 3, and I enjoyed it more than 5 and 6. So definitely a good Resident Evil game, but I wouldn't consider it the best Resident Evil game. Scarlet Nexus. I just picked this one up, so I have no idea about it yet. My daughter said she started watching the anime, and it's good, so we'll see. But hopefully it's good. Again, this is only available on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, as far as I understand. King of Fighters 14. If you enjoy King of Fighters, you'll enjoy King of Fighters 14. However, I did not like the art style. I hate the transition from 2D to 3D. I prefer the original 2D games. My honest favorite King of Fighters in the franchise is King of Fighters 13, King of Fighters 2000, and King of Fighters 2002. So this one was okay for me. I'm not a competitive player, so I didn't really enjoy it as much in that regard. But the game does play great. It does look nice. It's just not my style of game in terms of the way it looks. But I don't think they've released a proper 2D game in a while. Okay, Nier Automata. I never actually finished this game. I did finish the first storyline. That was years ago, but I never went back and played it to complete all the other storylines. So I've heard great things about it. Did I enjoy my time with it when I played it back in 2016, 17? Yes. Would I consider this game the end-all be-all for RPGs? No, but it is good. Sengoku Basara. This one is good, actually. It's not a bad game. This is actually a prequel to the Sengoku Basara series, if I remember correctly. To Japan only. I imported this one, I think, from Japan, but we did release it in Asia. Good game. If you enjoy the Dynasty Warrior style gameplay, you'll actually enjoy this one quite a bit. My recommendation is to pick it up while it's cheap because it's very, very affordable at the moment. Okay, Death Stranding. Yeah, I own the collector's version of this game with the big baby. This is, next to Metal Gear, my favorite Hideo Kojima game. Well, obviously in Zone of Enders too. But this one is really good. Like I said, this guy's a gaming god. A lot of people don't like the game. I understand why, but I loved it. I appreciate the fact that it was made. I know there's a update coming out for this game to make it playable on the PlayStation 5 with the Director's Cut. I'm just hoping that it's a free download and not something where I have to repurchase the game again, because that would suck. Okay, we have Uncharted 4. Waiting for a 60 frames per second patch before I play through this one again. But excellent game. Alright, we got Resident Evil 4. This is the favorite of most people in the world. I think it's okay. It's not bad. Not great, but okay. Ryuga Gotoku Ishin. This one takes place during the... what is it called? The revitalization period? I don't remember exactly the term it's being used, but the main character in this game is Ryumo Sakamoto. He uses guns and swords in his combat, and it's an excellent game. And it does take place during real historical events throughout Japan. Say hi, Shin. You can come closer if you want, buddy. I'm talking to the camera because we're doing a video. Alright, so next one is Yakuza 6. This is actually my favorite Yakuza in the entire... Oh, no. I have to correct that. This is my second favorite Yakuza game in the franchise. Great game. Excellent ending to the Kiryu Kazuma story arc. A must play, but you can't play this game without playing the previous games in the series because you won't have a true appreciation for everything that's going on if you didn't play the previous games in the series. You can always go back and watch the recap videos before you play it, but it's that the story's that good. All right, this is the remastered collection for Yakuza 1, 2, or no, Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5, yeah. They're all here. Excellent. All of those games are excellent, but again, they're just good. I wouldn't call... I mean, they're excellent games, but they're not the favorite of mine. 5 was actually pretty good. 3 was okay. But yeah, not a lot to say about those ones. This is my favorite Yakuza game in the franchise. So Yakuza Kiwami 2. However, I'm going to be honest, I enjoyed the PS2 version of this game slightly more than the PS4 version of this game. Because it had the... for me, I'm a sucker for good music. So it had the Crazy Ken soundtrack in the Part 2 version of this game, which at a certain moment in the game is really, really good. So anyway, that's Yakuza 2. Or Yakuza Kiwami 2. Okay, Yakuza 0. This is where the start of Goro Majima and Kiryu Kazuma's story begins. So really good game. Check it out. Oh, you're gonna hand them to me?
Yes.
You're gonna be my helper. All right, I got a helper now. So this is The Witcher Wild Hunt. I bought this version of the game when it first came out. So I have played one of the DLC packs, but I haven't played both of them yet. Excellent game, but also an acquired taste. So you may or may not like it, but if you do, you'll really like it. No, one at a time, buddy. One at a time. Yeah. Okay, next we have Killzone Shadowfall. Play this one on the PlayStation 5 because you get 60 frames per second, a solid 60 frames per second, and it's really underappreciated. It's really an underappreciated game. Graphically speaking, it's still one of the best looking FPS games on the market, in my personal opinion. It looks better than any of the Halo games released currently. We'll have to wait and see with the new Halo Infinite as it comes out, but who knows? I guess my helper went away. Do your work, buddy. Your work comes first. All right, next we got Tales of Zestiria. I haven't finished this one yet either. Guilty. So, not a lot I can say about this one other than I haven't started it, haven't finished it, but I plan to get around to it eventually. Tales of Basara, started playing it, and then I got disengaged at a certain point. I'll be honest with you, the last Tales game that I completed from start to finish was Tales of Shilia. I actually really loved that game, but I couldn't finish Tales of Shilia 2 for whatever reason. So, yeah. Next we have Cyberpunk. This one has been a giant paperweight. I haven't played it, period, since it came out. Hopefully they get the update for the PlayStation 5 version because I am waiting for I'm looking forward to playing this game. I just can't play it yet, not until they work out all the kinks. So maybe I have to be patient for another 5 to 6 months before I finally start playing this game. But I've heard a lot of good things about it thus far and a lot of bad things. But I'm trying to keep my mind open and ignore all of the story points. So if you're going to spoil the story for me, don't bother because I won't read the comments. All right, Horizon Zero Dawn. If you like Transformers, I said Transformers. If you like Transformers, if you like Tomb Raider, if you like post-apocalyptic things, all condensed into one. If you like Zelda, you'll enjoy this game. Horizon Zero Dawn is really, really good. Not a lot I can say about the story part of the game other than you have to find out for yourself. If you haven't played it yet, give it a shot. It's totally worth it. Okay, Final Fantasy 15. I have to think about this one for a minute. So out of all the Final Fantasy games that I own, 15 is the one I like the least. Yeah. Characters are cool, and there's a lot of potential in the story, but I feel that there's so much left out, and I refuse to pay for all the DLC. So that's probably one of the reasons why I can't consider it to be one of the better Final Fantasy games. I think there was so much, this game had a lot of potential, but it wasn't given the directors weren't given the ability to properly flesh out the game the way they should have. In my mind, I know everyone doesn't like Final Fantasy 13, but Final Fantasy 13, if I were to compare it directly to 15, is a much better game in so many ways than one. Graphically speaking, Final Fantasy 15 is quite nice to look at, but story-wise, it's a lot to left. There's a lot that could have been done differently. In order to understand the first part of the story, you actually have to watch the movie, which is a separate purchase altogether. To understand each of the characters' story arcs, you actually have to download the DLC and play that separately, paid DLC, mind you. So, in all honesty, I finished this one. The story was just simply okay, not great. I know that's gonna irritate a lot of people, but yeah, it's not my favorite Final Fantasy game, but I have completed it twice. So I completed it when it first came out, and then I completed it after all the updates about a year ago. Still didn't like it. So yeah, I did give it a chance twice. Gameplay's not bad though. Okay. Second Son. Good game. Nothing negative to say about this one. If you like Infamous, you'll like this one. Wolfenstein. Favorite favorite ID Tech shooter, period. Bethesda's one of their best games. I hope they release a next gen patch for this one, just because I would like to be able to play this game with the ray tracing features on it at a full solid 60 frames per second. But yeah, this is by far the best Wolfenstein game there is, period. I like Wolfenstein so much better than Doom as well. I just like Blazkowicz and the whole alternative history on Europe, and the takeover and all that fun stuff. And yeah, killing Nazis is always fun. Okay, we have now Cloudpunk. What can I say about Cloudpunk? Nothing yet. I haven't played it. It was really cheap, so I picked it up. That's about it so far. But it does look very Blade Runner-esque. So I look forward to that. Huge fan of Blade Runner. Okay, Wipeout. Omega Collection. Excellent racing game. Even better in VR. Okay, Genesis Collection. If you enjoy the old Mega Drive or Sega Genesis, there's a lot to like here. However, it is missing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and some other questionable omissions that didn't quite make sense, but it does have Streets of Rage 2, it does have Gunstar Heroes, and a lot of other goodies. Okay, Metal Gear, The Phantom Pain. This game is incomplete. Unfortunately, it was a good game. They didn't complete it. So there's a lot of things that they could have done differently. Okay, next we have Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 is quite excellent. Okay, then we have Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac. I like this one. This was actually a really good RPG. There's no real main character in this game. Story-wise, it's quite good. It's a lot of politics involved. If you enjoy any of the Final Fantasy games, especially the Final Fantasy MMOs, you'll enjoy this one quite a bit. It's got a decent story line in it as well. Okay, next we got Dead or Alive 6. One of the better Dead or Alive games in my opinion, but it didn't really catch on. The story is really all over the place, so I never actually finished the storyline in this game, but gameplay mechanics are quite excellent. Just hand them to me, okay, buddy? Thank you. All right, next we have, let's see if I can get a clear view there. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection. Uncharted games are all good, except my personal favorite in the Uncharted series is definitely Uncharted 2. To this day, it's still Uncharted 2. I just like the fact that it takes place in the different scenes it does. I mean, yeah, it's a really good game. Nepal and Himalaya, if you enjoy those areas, you'll enjoy that game a lot. Okay, I just picked this one up. This is a Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. This has got Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Yeah, I love Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 1 is definitely the best in the franchise. I've been doing a back-to-back comparison between the Ninja Gaiden Black and the Ninja Gaiden Sigma on this version. There are a few differences actually between even this version and Ninja Gaiden Sigma. The Ninja Gaiden Sigma in this one and Ninja Gaiden Sigma on PS3. There's actually a few minor differences, mostly in the attract mode. For those of you that own the original copy, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're all really excellent games. I really did wish they added blood back into Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, but it's fine the way it is. Okay. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Iconic Last, I think is what you say on this one. Iconic Last. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing the name. This one looks fun. That's why I picked it up. I haven't had a chance to actually play through it yet, though, so I can't really give you a good idea about it. But I think my daughter has played it a bit, so... Oh, you know that already, buddy? Okay. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. My wife bought this for my birthday, so I can't get rid of it. But it's good. That's why I've kept it for so long. If you enjoyed the original Deus Ex for the PlayStation 2, and obviously for the PlayStation 3 and the Wii U, I can't remember the subtitle for that one, but yeah, the sequel to this was actually pretty good as well. So there you go. We got The Last Guardian. My favorite. I like The Last Guardian so much. It's got my favorite. It's your favorite too? Wow. All right. Great. Yeah, my son liked watching me play this one quite a bit. But yeah, this is an excellent game. I actually own the vinyl record for this one. If you haven't played The Last Guardian yet, I'm highly recommending that you go check it out. Now, I really hope that Sony does add a 60 frames per second patch to this version of the game, because that would be nice to be able to play it in 60 frames per second. But we'll see. Next, we have Shadow of the Colossus. This one is also very, very good. It's the remake of the PlayStation 2 version from Bluepoint Studios, and honestly, this is a good game. If you enjoy something different, mysterious, check this one out. Bloodstain. I haven't played this yet. I'm not gonna lie. Heard a lot of good things about it. I bought this back when I was visiting Thailand 3 years ago. Hopefully, I do get around to playing it at some point. From what I've been told, it's very akin to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's from the same director, so hopefully that's true. I don't know yet. Okay, another one from the creators of Muramasa Demon's Blade. This one is called Dragon's Crown. Very arcade style game, reminiscent of Golden Axe. So if you enjoyed Golden Axe, you'll enjoy this game.
And that's what this bit's about.
Oh yeah, this one's called Gravity Rush Remastered. Excellent, excellent game. Like I said to you guys earlier, this is my favorite of the Gravity Rush games. Gravity Rush 2 is good. It's definitely complements this one in a lot of ways, but this one really kind of helps to flesh out the story as it starts with Cat and Raven. Check this one out. Quite good.
You played that too.
I did play it. I know. I beat it.
Yep.
Okay, next we have Hokuto no Ken, or Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. This is from the creators of the Ryuga Gotoku series, or the Yakuza series, and quite an excellent game. But it's not for everyone. So I would say check out the reviews, check out the gameplay footage. If you like it, you'll enjoy it. If you enjoy the Yakuza games, you'll really enjoy this one. But if you don't, you probably won't like this one as much. Ni no Kuni, Revenant Kingdom. Excellent game. Voice acting in this is really, really well done. Both the Japanese soundtrack and the English soundtrack are really, really well done in my opinion. I'm surprised that this one has not maintained its value. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. That right there. So Ni no Kuni 2 is really good. A little fun side note is the lead protagonist or antagonist in the game is voice acted by the same character, or by the same person that does Kiryu Kazuma's voice for the Yakuza series. So yeah, something you might want to check out.
And we finished it already.
Yep, Resident Evil 3. Fun little action game. Honestly, not that long. Quite good, but not great.
But you finished it too.
I know I finished it. Now we have Valkyrie Chronicles. Valkyrie Chronicles is honestly an excellent game. It's an RPG tactics game that takes place in war-torn Gallia. Very reminiscent of World War I trench warfare style game. Not a lot I can say without spoiling the story, but something I would highly recommend playing if you haven't played it yet. And I wouldn't go straight to 4 or there was a different, I can't remember the name of the other version of the game, but I would go straight specifically to Valkyria Chronicles. Okay, next we have Valkyria Chronicles 4. So Valkyria Chronicles 4 takes place actually during the same time period as Valkyria Chronicles. It's good, but not great. I enjoyed the game, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first one. Okay, Nair Replicant. I just picked this one up. I just finished the first playthrough of the first storyline. Is it as good as Nair Gestalt? I actually liked Nair Gestalt better. I'm a sucker for the original character, so some of you aren't going to like that. But it's good. It's just, to me, it's not as great. I think a lot of the art design was lost in the translation from the PS3 to the PS4. Does it graphically look better? Yes, but some of the colors, some of the way the characters are portrayed, it's different. So you can tell that it doesn't look the same, but it still looks good, just not quite the same. I preferred the art design of the original, or the art direction of the original compared to this one. There were some changes to it that were big in my mind. Again, not game design changes; those are all the same. It's like for like the original game, but graphical changes have changed the artistic appeal of some of the original aspects of the game. All right, next we have the Order 1886, where you star as Sir Galahad, one of the Knights of the Round Table, and you've got to fight lycans and vampires and werewolves. Well, those are the lycans. Very, very excellent game, actually. Hopefully they do a sequel to this one. If not, oh well. I've already finished this game 3 times. It's one of those fun games to kind of go back and play every now and then. Shenmue 1 and 2. I've played these games countless times. Definitely one of my favorite Sega franchises. Well, used to be a Sega franchise. I don't think it is anymore, but definitely one of my favorites. I like part 2. Then I like part 2 more than part 1, and even more than part 3. But still, it's not a. These games are good, but they're old, and it's not for everybody. It's an acquired taste. Ah, Star Wars: The Jedi: The Fallen Order. Did you like this one?
Yes.
Yeah, he really enjoyed this one.
And you do.
He said, according to him, I really enjoyed this one too. So I'm not a huge Star Wars fan anymore, but yeah, this game took me by surprise. The first time I played it, I didn't like it, so I put it down and put it away and didn't look at it again for a while. And then my son said, "Let's play it." So I said, "Okay, fine, I'll give it a second chance." And yeah, it's really good. Nothing negative to say about this game at all. So hopefully the next Star Wars game they make is similar to this. EA, I'm talking to you. Okay, Yakuza, Like a Dragon. Wow, this game surprised me. When I first demoed the game about 2 years ago, I did not like it. But I only played the demo of it from Japan. Then I gave the game a second chance, thinking I wasn't gonna like it still. But after an hour of gameplay, the characters really grew on me. After about 5 hours of gameplay, the gameplay mechanics really grew on me. So if you like Dragon Quest, you'll enjoy this game because the gameplay mechanics are quite similar. This one has an excellent story, and it complements a lot of the previous Yakuza games. So it doesn't take place. It's not a reboot at all. It takes place years after Yakuza 6 takes place.
And I like it.
Oh yes, Shenmue 3. Shenmue 3 was good, not great. I'm hoping that they continue the series, but it's looking less and less likely. I do own the special version from Limited Run. I was one of the original people that helped to put money into the game. A backer, that's what they call it. And I also did order the complete vinyl soundtrack from PlayAsia with Yu Suzuki's signature. I'm a Shenmue fanboy through and through. Having said that, though, this was not the best in the series, but it is the best looking in the series. Got another one? Saint Seiya, Soldier's Soul. I've owned this game for years.
And you do play this.
Every once in a while I'll play it, but not often. But it's good.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it?
Yep.
Okay. Next we have The Last of Us Remastered. You have to wait for that one, buddy.
Yep.
Next we have The Last of Us Remastered. Last of Us Remastered is good, not great. Yeah. I know a lot of people really enjoyed this game. I played through it at least 3 times, or 3 times. Let's see if I can get it better. Yep, there we go. Not glitching out anymore. Good game. Yeah, not a lot I can say beyond that without spoiling the story.
I didn't play this. I just beat it.
Okay, so No Man's Sky Beyond. This is the Beyond version, but honestly, it doesn't matter what version you own of this game. I've never played this game all the way through. It's one of those games that I'm honestly never going to beat, but I do intend to eventually use this game in my classroom when it comes to space exploration and teaching about the periodic table and what those different things or different components do. And this game is really excellent at emphasizing how to put different components together to repair certain things, such as your ship, your laser, your different aspects of your spacesuit, and the fact that you can travel in real time from one planet to another planet is really awesome, and even from galaxy to galaxy. All right. Yakuza Kiwami, the remake of the original Yakuza game. Cool game, excellent in my opinion. I really wish I don't know this game. I don't know if this game did have English voiceovers, but if it did, I know that they didn't have Mark Hamill playing as Gojima, which I thought was disappointing. Uh, Mark Hamill, for those of you that don't know, in the original Yakuza on PlayStation 2, did the voiceovers for Dojima, or not Dojima, Garo Majima. I'm mispronouncing his first name, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Majima, the guy with the one-eyed patch on his eye, the one-eyed patch on his eye, yeah, the pirate patch on his eye. There we go. All right, there we have my second favorite, or my first favorite, is Devil May Cry 4 in the Devil May Cry series. I really enjoyed this game quite a bit. Yeah. Okay, next up in the collection is the Game Paradise Cruisin' Mix. Wow. I haven't played this one yet. I bought this in Thailand. This is a shooter. If you enjoy shooters, I think you'll enjoy this game quite a bit. But haven't played it. Looks fun. Looks very fun. I'll probably get around to it soon. Okay, next we have Berserker, or Berserk, and the Band of the Hawk. I haven't played this one yet. Honestly, I am a huge Berserk fan. I played through the entire Dreamcast game, and I also played through part of the PS2 game as well. That was released on PS2 back in 2007, 2008. I also played all the way. I've also watched through the entire original series and the original OVA, but I haven't watched through the new updated series yet. So we'll see. When I get around to reading the comic book version, which I plan to do eventually, I will probably pick this game up and play it again, or play it for the first time. Okay. Wow, this game is amazing. Ghost of Tsushima. I'm actually selling this version online because I am anticipating the PS5 version of the game, which is different, and rather than purchase the DLC and make things complicated, I just want the PS5 version of the game. So yeah, look out for this copy if you want to buy this one on eBay. But yeah, this is an excellent, excellent, excellent game. Everything is complete here. I got the whole mask and everything that goes with it too. Okay, next we've got Sengoku Basara for Suminagai. This one is really good. My favorite Sengoku Basara game in the series, next to Sengoku Basara 4 on the PlayStation 3. Okay, last one we have is a game I just picked up, but I have no idea if it's any good or not, and that's Tokyo Xanadu. So this one may or may not be a great game, but we'll find out later on when I have a chance to actually play through it. In any case, that is my entire PlayStation 4 / PlayStation 5 physical game collection. I will be adding to it, obviously, in the years to come. But what I'll do is I'm going to try to do an entire collection for the PS3, PlayStation 2, a short video on the Switch and the Wii U, and then a very short video on the Xbox Series X. I think I only own 6 or 7 physical games on the Xbox console. But in any case, yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If there's any particular game you want me to focus more on, please let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Peace out for now. Want to say goodbye, Shin?
Goodbye.
You have to actually look at the camera.
Goodbye.
There you go. All right, guys.